Ira Thor here from New Jersey City University and the CoSIDA Academic All-America Committee, and I'm joined today by Hanna from Virginia Wesleyan University, a senior left-handed pitcher for the Marlins. She's from Chesterfield, Virginia, and she is your 2020 Division III softball Academic All-American of the Year. Hanna, first of all, congratulations to you on this really prestigious award. And I hope you and your family are doing well during these really challenging times. And, I want you to think about for a moment just the significance of this award. You're the CoSIDA Academic All-American of the Year for Division III softball, as I said. So there are about 8,000 women in Division III who play this sport. Tell us about your emotions when you think about how special this award is and the fact that you were the recipient this year.
Well, I'm honestly just so grateful. Over the last 4 years, I've had the absolute best support system from my family to my teammates, my coaches, my professors. I just think about all those people, and I don't think I could have done it without them. And I also think that it takes a lot of time and dedication and sacrifice to be a student athlete. So times like this kind of allow me to see that it was all worth it. And, you say 8,000 women, that is a ton of people. And so I think that, I just think about all the incredible young women that, were in the running for this. So I just feel extremely honored.
So we talked about how you are the Academic All-American of the Year, but I'll take that a step further. Here's another first for you. You were the first Academic All-American of the Year in the history of Virginia Wesleyan. Can you describe your pride in being the first and making history at your school?
I feel very fortunate. I've seen a lot of student athletes that are just so amazing that have come through this university. And, Virginia Wesleyan has done so much for me. So it kind of just is a way to shine light on the school and all the good that it's brought into my life. So I'm very honored.
So on top of that, you're a two-time National Player of the Year. You're a three-time first-team All-American. Had we had a full season this year, you clearly would have been a four-time. You've won 2 national titles with the Marlins. You've literally done it all on the field. So those accomplishments speak volumes. Can you express to us what this journey has been like for you over the last 4 years and what you hope your legacy will be when people look back on your career with the Marlins?
Yeah, so I just, think about how amazing my teammates and coaches have been. They've pushed me to be a better player, a better teammate, a better person. And so I'm just so grateful to have gone on this journey with them. And I wouldn't have wanted to do it with any other group of people. And I'm just very thankful for them. And I think that in terms of when I'm gone, I think that I want people to remember me as being a genuine and caring teammate. I think that above all other accomplishments, that is what I want to be best remembered by.
Awesome. So you're the best pitcher in the history of the ODAC. You're one of the most accomplished in the history of Division III softball. For the benefit of someone who will never step foot in a circle and pitch in a softball game, can you walk us through how you prepare to pitch in a game and be such a dominant player?
Oh, yes. So I think for me, a lot of it just has to do with confidence. When I was younger, and honestly, probably all the way up through high school, I didn't have much confidence. And when I got to college, I kind of realized that that's what I was lacking. And so I think that, sometimes we'll go and look through charts to kind of predict tendencies that batters, what they're going to do. And sometimes I don't, because that psychs me out. But at the end of the day, I think that confidence is what allows me to be successful. And, we always say pitch to your game. So that means we're not necessarily pitching to a batter's weakness, but we're pitching our strengths. And I think that that's really important for me to be successful.
Awesome. And, I've never stepped foot in a softball circle, so that's really interesting to know, especially the not psyching yourself out by looking at the charts. So unfortunately, you, like tens of thousands of spring sports student athletes across the country, didn't get to have a full season this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Could you take us through the moment where you found out that the season was going to be canceled and what your emotions were, and then how you and your teammates are doing now, nearly 3 months later.
So the week we found out, it was just altogether a terrible week. We had actually had a spring break trip to Hawaii planned for almost a year, and we found out, I think, 3 days before we were supposed to leave, that that was canceled due to COVID-19. So spring break, we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't know if we would be playing, if we would be going home. And so at that point, we kind of knew that things were getting pretty serious. And so the day we found out, earlier that day, Coach Elliott said, "You know what? I can't expect you guys to, take practice seriously right now. Let's play slow pitch softball." And I was like, "Yes," because this is the only time I get to play outfield. So I was really excited. And so we played slow pitch, and we went and got Slurpees after. And I just remember thinking, wow, he's being really quiet. And if you know Coach Elliott, you know that that is not very normal. So we came back to the dugout, and that's when he told us. And I remember a senior teammate beside me just started bawling like as soon as he said it. And for me, I couldn't cry yet. I was in total shock. I mean, I just wasn't expecting it. Like I said, we knew it was getting pretty serious, but I was not expecting my season to end right then and there. And I just remember thinking back to, less than a week ago, I played my last game and didn't even realize it. And so when you kind of start thinking about those things, that's when the tears came. And just reflecting on the last 4 years, and you always wonder, how's my career going to end? What's going to happen? Are we going to win? Are we going to lose? But I could have never predicted that. But I think that now that we've had time to kind of process it, and we have options now, I think that we've all accepted it, and we can only move forward from here. And so I think we're excited to move forward.
As soon as you mentioned Hawaii, I regretted asking the question.
Yeah, touchy subject.
Well, now you have to make sure you get to Hawaii at some other point in the future.
Yes.
Somebody who's been there many, many years ago, it's worth it, even if there's no softball involved.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about outside of softballs. You're very active on campus outside the softball diamond and in the classroom outside of it. So how have you managed to really manage your time to have this full holistic Division III experience?
Well, I think that, like I said before, it takes a lot of dedication and sacrifice to be a student athlete. Especially during softball season, we're constantly practicing, playing, traveling, or working on schoolwork. And so it's a constant, juggle between those. And so I think something that's been really helpful for me are my professors. They have been so flexible, so supportive during this time. And I'm just really thankful that I was able to go to a small school where I'm able to have those one-on-one interactions and get that extra help if I need it. And I think that that's really helped me manage my time a lot better. So.
And then I wanted to talk a little bit about your academics. You're a major in mathematics. You're minoring in business.
Yes.
Why did you choose these programs, and what are your future academic and career plans?
So I guess I'll start off by saying that I was never really one of those people that came into college knowing exactly what they wanted to do and had an exact plan. I was very indecisive. And so my dad is a mechanical engineer, and he knew that I was into math. And so he kind of nudged me in that direction a little bit. And ultimately, I decided that that really wasn't for me. But I really did enjoy the math classes that I started to take. I enjoyed the content. I loved the challenge. And so ultimately, that's why I decided to go with math, on top of the fact that the professors, again, were so awesome. And I also really enjoyed my business classes. I really wish I was able to take a few more, but time did not allow for that, which is okay. But as far as my academic plans, I have decided that I will be returning to Virginia Wesleyan to pursue an MBA and play another year of softball. So I'm very, very excited about that. It was a tough decision, but ultimately I kept thinking about next year, and, going to watch games and seeing my teammates out there and knowing that, I had the opportunity to be there and I chose not to. I knew that would crush me, and I knew that I would regret it. And so, there are a lot of things that had to fall into place, but I was able to work those out. And so I am very excited. And I think that we have a really good group of girls next year. And I think that we will compete to win another national championship. And I cannot wait to be a part of it again. So.
See, this is a happy ending right here.
Yeah.
You win the most prestigious award in Division III softball. You get to take more business classes, which you wanted to anyway.
Yeah.
And you get to play softball more. So this
It does seem
is a
pretty
win-win
awesome.
situation.
Yeah.
So I want to wrap up the interview, just give you an opportunity to thank people that have been important to you along this journey for you up to this point.
Well, everyone that I've been mentioning, my family, they have been so awesome. My coaches, they have just been unreal and so supportive. My teammates, they are so awesome, and all the people I've met along the way. I really appreciate everyone at Virginia Wesleyan and everything they've done for me.
Tremendous. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Hanna Hull. Breaking news. You've heard it here first. She will be back next year for one more go around.
Yes.
Maybe could win this award again in 2021. Hanna Hull from Virginia Wesleyan. She is your 2020 Division III CoSIDA Academic All-American of the Year in the sport of softball. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.